The most thrilling, spine-tingling series ever.
From the pages of R.L. Stine's best-selling books,
And the screams go on forever and ever.
We now return to Goosebumps.
Greetings, Goosebumps fans, young and old, big and small, living dead and undead. Welcome back to the Goosebumps Crew Podcast. As always, I am your host, Isaiah Vargas. I'm joined by my good buddies Bjorn Palnick and Nick Shaw. We are the Goosebumps Crew, and we're back to, as always, talk some Goosebumps. If this is your first time joining us here on the Goosebumps Crew Podcast, I want to sincerely welcome you all. If you are, or have ever been, a fan of the popular Goosebumps series of books, or the monster franchise that they spawned, I have a feeling this podcast is going to be right up your alley, because as I always say, me, Bjorn, and Nick are some of the biggest Goosebumps nerds on the entire planet, and we could talk about Goosebumps for hours on end, and that's exactly what we do here on this podcast. Every week, we got a brand new episode talking about everything Goosebumps, whether it be the books, TV shows, movies, video games, merchandise, whatever it is. If it has Goosebumps in the name, we're going to talk and talk and talk about it. You're going to hear us talk about Goosebumps so much you're going to be sick of it by the time that we're finished. So with all that said, if you end up liking today's episode, make sure you leave a like and comment. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to us on the Goosebumps Crew YouTube channel. Hit that bell notification to get updates when new episodes go up every Wednesday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. But if you're just dying to get those episodes early, however, you can catch the audio-only versions over on our audio platforms. We're available on platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts, you can find us. And of course, you can follow us on social media. We're available on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. We also have new accounts over on Blue Sky, Threads, and Tumblr, so you can find us all on those platforms. You could also follow these goofballs, Bjorn and Nick, at Goosebumps Aussie Fan and Sean, respectively, on their social medias and their YouTube, so check them out. All those links are going to be in the description below, as always. So check them out, join the Goosebumps Crew today, become a crew member, and we thank you in advance for your support. So,
it would sure make me smile if you did.
Definitely. So,
did you like my pet rock?
Yeah, that was a great pet rock. It really added to the flow. So, as I said, you know, we always say every single week, we are some of the biggest Goosebumps nerds on the whole planet. And one thing we like to do here on the podcast is we like to share our knowledge of Goosebumps with you guys, especially because we are collectors. We have a lot of knowledge in collecting Goosebumps items. So usually whenever we can here on the Goosebumps Crew, we like to give you guys at home, especially those of you who are, aspiring Goosebumps collectors, maybe you're beginning, maybe you're in the middle, maybe you're still looking for certain things and you need some guiding. We've done a few episodes talking about this, and that is what today's or this week's topic ties into as well. We are actually diving into collecting of the original 62 books. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, the original 62, some of them are harder to find, but for the most part, they're going to be the books that you find from the 90s, at least, that you're going to find the most. If you go to a secondhand thrift store, garage sale, you're probably going to find books from the original series. Everything else is probably going to be, maybe, if you find any at all.
It's harder to do that now.
Yeah, definitely. But you didn't used to be back
lucky
then.
One.
But in terms of collecting the original series, for the most part, especially compared to series like Series 2000 and Give Yourself Goosebumps, if you find any old school Goosebumps books, they're probably going to be from the original series. And you might be thinking, well, the rarest of the rare are like the last third of that series, right? You know, like the 40s, 50s, and definitely the 60s. But I'm here to tell you today that that is actually not where it ends for the OG62, because believe it or not, there is even a more rare sort of specimen of the OG62, and that is the first printings and the ones that have book inserts on the inside. Bjorn? Oh,
Yeah. I was just going to say,
oh, okay.
Acknowledging.
number one.
I thought you were saying
you might find.
No, he was just. Yeah,
the OG
he was just rubbing
62
brains. That
books.
shit. Just OTC.
Well, like you might find the OG 62 books in the wild commonly, but they're probably going to be like a 20,000th print. So
Exactly.
That ain't rare.
Well, that's the thing.
That's just the common.
For anybody out there who is collecting Goosebumps books, if you're just a casual collector, you may or may not be aware of the art of collecting the first print. So if you guys are familiar with just how books are printed many different times over their lifespan, especially older books. Goosebumps is no exception. So as you can see right there, Bjorn is holding up a first printing of a book. What book is that, Bjorn? Our Cancer Exam, of course.
Of course.
So, just as an example, Bjorn's holding up the Horror at Camp Jelly Jam, and that is a first printing. So, basically, all the Goosebumps books had to be printed, their first official printing at one point, but they do get reprinted again and again and again. And usually, depending on what book you'll find those little numbers on the copyright page, and they're going to be indicating what printing of that book there is. So, the first printings and what edition?
A little more specific. Because right below Bjorn's finger, it'll actually say on every book, first Scholastic printing. Don't fall for that.
Yes.
I see so many on eBay that say true first print. And when they show that page, it's like a 20th edition. Like it's a 20th printing of that
it's
book.
Not actually a first print. Don't get it confused. Where it says first Scholastic printing, that's the first version. The printings are indicated by those little numbers on the left there, right where Bjorn's finger is. That is where you're going to see. So if you see that number 1, that is a true first print. That is a true first.
The lowest number is what you want to look for. Yep.
Now, usually when you find books in the wild, you're going to probably find like a Welcome to Dead House, and you'll look on the inside, it's probably printing number 43, because those earlier books got a lot of different printings. But the first printings of all of these books drive the rareness up quite a bit. So even a book as common as Welcome to Dead House can become astronomically more valuable if it is an earlier printing, and especially if it's a first printing, because those were the first versions that went out when those books were released. So for those of you who are looking to find those original first prints, or even just some of the earlier prints, we're going to give you guys an exclusive guide on how to find these, and more specifically, the ones that had special goodies on the inside. If you guys remember, we did an episode talking about the back of the book advertisements for the original Goosebumps books, but that's not the only thing that were in some of those books. The very first printings of many of the original Goosebumps books featured some awesome little surprises on the inside, from trading cards to bookmarks to tattoos, all sorts of fun stuff. So we are going to give you guys a guide on where you can find these special goodies, and if you can find one of these in the wild, you got yourself a genuine rare book right there, my friends. Even if it's a book like Chicken, it'll be much more rare. So we're going to do our very best to go through and tell you guys where each book you can find and how you can identify a first print. Now, starting off, we're starting off with an original, one of the original 6. And the reason I'm bringing this one up is because these first printings are probably some of the rarest of the rare, because these were the first books. As I said, if you find a first printing Welcome to Dead House, that is a very, very, very valuable book right there. Now, for this book, I'm using Monster Boy as an example. One of the ways you can find out if these are first printings is by looking at probably one of the first things you see, and that's the spine. What's missing? What's missing from that spine? That's it. Ooh,
this thing.
Mr. Nick.
There's no number.
There's no number. That's right. So the first 6 books in the original Goosebumps series, when they were in their first few printings, so it's not exclusive to the first printing, but the first few, they did have no number on them. So a way that you can find out if the first 6 books are at least very early printings is if they have no number on them. Now, this was done away with by the time we got to Night of the Living Dummy. Night of the Living Dummy, book number 7, the first printing did have a number on it. So after that, you won't be able to find that indication anymore. But for the first 6 books, Welcome to Dead House to Let's Get Invisible, if you see one of these books without a number, that is at least an early print and maybe even a first print. So that's one indicator to find a first print. So
we have those.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing too, I can definitely show. In terms of books, so I have 2 more examples. So books such as Deep Trouble and Return of the Mummy, these books don't have inserts inside them, but the first printings do have sometimes these little blurbs on the front. So this little thing, this What Gives You Goosebumps, is only exclusive to the first printings of Deep Trouble. Any other printings of this book don't have this. So if you see this, one of these, it might be an indication that you got a first print of an old school book. So in this case, if you see this little green splotch on the front, assuming it's not monster blood, you know you got a first printing of Deep Trouble. And same thing here with the Return of the Mummy. Usually, if they were promoting a contest, they did have an indication here, and that did indicate a first printing. I hope I'm making sense of this. If you're not with me at this point, it'll probably be it'll probably be hard to catch up. But usually, if you see a little blur promoting a contest or a fan club, that's usually another indicator that you got a first print on your hands, because those were very timely things they were trying to promote.
Postcard books coming soon as well.
Definitely. So, like right here, you open up Return of the Mummy, and you have the first. I believe this was the first book that advertised the Goosebumps fan club. I might be wrong on that, but you know,
that's a shame. Deep Trouble didn't have an insert. They could have had a shark, like a mask of like the shark. Like
that would have been cool. Yeah, just a cutout of some kind.
Should have done that. It's Hammerhead.
But those are some of just the general, like, finding first printings. Yeah. Usually the best way that you are going to indicate that you have a first printing, again, is going to that copyright page and looking at the little numbers on the bottom. You will see this is a first printing.
Is a number one. Right. Number one.
Yep. Number one. And now we're going to get into some of the good stuff. We are going to be looking at all the little goodies that came in the original series. So let's start off with the first book that did have an insert inside it, and that is The Girl Who Cried Monster. Now, I have a copy of this. This is my only first edition copy of Girl Who Cried Monster. And as you can see, it has a little blurb that says, "Free Goosebumps bookmark inside." Ooh. So Bjorn there does have the bookmark that came inside, and as you can see, it has the hand from Stay Out of the Basement, and it advertises the next book. It says, "Don't miss a Welcome to Camp Nightmare coming in July." So it was a nice way to have a free bookmark and advertise the next book. And if I'm not mistaken, it had a checklist on the back too. Did it have like a little like Goosebumps checklist?
Yes, it does. It says, hang on, where is it? Yeah, so it just tells you like the books that had come out already. So hang on, try to open this up.
Yeah, so you have all the ones that came out up to that point. And it says, "Have you read all the Goosebumps books?"
Basement. I love it. It's so cool.
It is. And unfortunately, my copy had the bookmark ripped out. So this is another thing you guys got to be careful of when you're finding these books in the wild. Sometimes kids ripped those out. So if you do find one of these, I would still say pick it up, because it is still a valuable book, but it's going to be even more valuable if it still has that insert. This book...
What I was telling guys before we started tonight actually was you can get first edition Girl Who Cried Monster in good shape for roughly around $15. But if you're wanting one with the bookmark attached, the last sold one was about $130. That is insane for the price drive up, but you got to imagine how many of these bookmarks were ripped out. So it kind of makes sense in a way, but at the same time, I still think that's really overpriced. Maybe it'll come down, but just be aware if you're wanting one that's first edition, true first print with a bookmark attached, you're going to be paying a hefty price.
Yep. So sometimes you may be lucky enough to find a book in the wild for a very decent price with the original insert inside. In this case, when I found this book, the bookmark was already gone. I still got it anyway because it's the only first printing of this book that I have. But
Yellow Cried Monster as well. Like, it's such a iconic. It's one of the best from the first 10 books.
Yeah. So
I love
One
it.
thing I will say that I discovered in my quest to do these, my OG62 is true first prints. The Girl Who Cried Monster has another version that is a true first print, so you'll still want to check if you're looking for a true first print. Check inside page, because I also have one that's a true first print that doesn't have that blurb about a free bookmark inside. So apparently there was a run, whether it was in the beginning of the true firsts or maybe in the latter half, that they decided to add a bookmark in. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure which one came first.
yeah, the best way you're going to find out if it is a first print for sure is to check that copyright page. These are little indicators that you may have one, but that's always going to be the tried and true way you're going to know for sure if it is a genuine first print.
For sure.
So in this case,
article,
even though the bookmark is gone, you can still tell it is a first print because it says so right there.
Genuine. It's genuine.
Now,
number one.
we can move on to
two.
a book that I do have the insert for. In fact, I have 3 copies of it, and that's the
I
Haunted
don't
Mask.
own it.
So,
I don't own that. That's the one I didn't own as well. Sorry, I was trying to mask.
So I own
Isaiah.
3 copies, technically 4 copies, because one of them's on my main shelf.
What do you want, Isaiah, for one? What do you want for one?
I'll have to think about that. But this is an interesting case.
3.
So first off, we have of course, the original printing of this book. This was the very first printing of Haunted Mask, and another thing, it has free Halloween mask inside. Now, unlike Girl Cried Monster, it had a bookmark. This has a full-on cutout haunted mask at the end of the book that you
You just
could
know kids
cut
were
out.
cutting them out, and when they did cut them out, they were going outside the lines and stuffing it up.
Yeah, or just even if they did wear them, they probably had to throw them out at some point. So just imagine how many of these got ripped out and are rotting in a landfill right now. Oh, it definitely hurts for Nick to hear. But so yep, Haunted Mask. At the end of the book, it has the Haunted Mask cut out mask, so you can just tear it out, cut it with your scissors, and wear it for Halloween. So it's a very interesting. It's so cool, like just that you could get a Goosebumps book and have that little tear out Halloween mask on the inside, and it's fitting because it's the Haunted Mask. So I have 2 of the original copies. Even this battered, beaten up old version with someone's name written all over it, I still got it because it still has the mask inside.
I'll take the beaded one. I'll take the
Sold.
beaded one. I'll give you some UK books you need for the beaded one.
Oh, I can't pass that up. I can't pass that up. Now, my copy with the mask of this version is on my shelf, but I figured I would just pull this out. This is the only OG62 book that had a re-release or just some sort of like release in this style with the emboldened letters on top here. And it also does come with the mask. This copy, it was ripped out, but I do have one on my shelf over there.
Oh, how
In
dare
fact,
they?
I know it's such a heartbreaker.
How dare those kids rip that out and wear it for Halloween when it was intended for that? How dare they do that?
This item.
This item.
Bastards.
This item.
Bloody bastards.
This is means more to me than you. Actually, I will pull it out right now. Excuse me.
Oh, Harry. We're talking like Harry Potter now.
There we go. So this is my better copy of this, and it does.
Better have... for you two to talk like the shopkeeper guy, the comic book nerd from Simpsons.
This genuine
first print.
Genuine first print haunted mask.
Active band #1.
With the mint.
Now moving on to
you take the mask out.
So that was Haunted Mask. So
Disco Stu.
I assume that that one was released at the time they started the 95 show, like to hype it up more. Because Haunted Mask was the first episode.
Overall,
I don't know if they changed 8 inside for the first printing or not. Because you still that one can be a true first. But I don't know if they changed like the Scholastic first printing from 93.
Let me
I
see.
Think was the original book.
It says September 93. Oh, so this.
Yeah. No,
okay, so that one over there is a true first print. This one actually is not. This one is a 16th print. So they were making a lot of these up to that point.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But these ones here, the ones that look like all the others, are true first prints with the mask inside.
The beaded copy's mine.
Don't worry, Bjorn. I'll send it to you.
I'll give you some things for it.
Now, the next book that got inserts on the inside was the next book, Be Careful What You Wish For, of which I have 2 copies with the special...
you got to be a BA with this one.
The special prize on the inside, this time, it's a tattoo, a special Goosebumps tattoo on the inside. So far we have a bookmark, a Halloween mask, and a tattoo, all of which you can get inside a Goosebumps book. And the tattoo is kind of...
tiny little nothing.
It's a tiny little scar. It's a scar. Ooh.
It's not even like a goose. It's just a scar. Not even
just a scar. Yeah.
It wasn't even Goosebumps related, which I thought was really odd. Like, there's another one later down the road too that you get that is okay, but it's like this one was a weird one.
It is weird.
That doesn't make any sense.
It looks like a centipede from a distance, but
it says
it's been a G-splat tattoo.
It says, wear it, press it. Oh, no, wet it, press it, wear it. Directions for applying tattoo. Wet skin with soapy water. Place scar tattoo onto wet area. Press down for 15 seconds, remove paper, and show it off to your friends. Check out my scar. I bet when
kids saw that on the front and it said Goosebumps tattoo, they're like, oh my God. And they opened it and went, it's not even Goosebumps.
I will say one thing. When I first came across this first printing of Be Careful What You Wish For, and I saw it had the tattoo, and I looked inside, and I'm like, okay, that just has to be somebody that just put a drawing in there. Like, that can't be real. But no, I read the instructions that says scar tattoo. So it's real. That is really what they passed off for the tattoo. That's weird. But yep, so be careful what you wish for.
This is why parents were against Goosebumps. It had nothing to do with the stories. You're making my son a hooligan. He came home with
him scars. You're giving him scars, man. You're giving him scars.
Check it, Billy. Fucking badass.
Where'd you get that from? From reading Goosebumps.
He went and robbed a freaking candy store with a haunted mask from the cutout thing and a scar tattoo.
Okay, no, imagine this. You put the scar tattoo on, you put on the haunted mask cutout, and then you stick them up with the Girl Cried Monster bookmark. Yeah. You could rob a bank with 3 Goosebumps books.
Dang.
You don't want a paper cut. Give me all your candy, bitch.
Give me all your candy. You don't want to mess with the mask, man. The mask.
Somehow they would have come.
You see the scar? I'm hardcore, man. I read Goosebumps.
You know how I got this?
Yeah, but the kids would have put the scar on their face to be even more like.
If you could,
oh my God, it's Scarface!
If you could just put it across your eye like that.
Hello, my little friend.
But yeah, so the third book to have an insert was Be Careful What You Wish For with a tattoo.
That is the worst insert of all the Goosebumps books. I'm sorry.
It's one that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But
it didn't make a lot.
At least the other ones were all Goosebumps something on there. That's not even Goosebumps. That's just like we were cheap. We wanted to be very cheap.
I was gonna say, I wonder who thought of that. Like, what should we put in this book, guys? How about a scar tattoo that you press on with soap and water? Oh, that's fucking brilliant!
Honestly, it's something that would have been cooler is if it was a crystal ball, because at least it would have been like, you know,
that would have made more sense, or like
made sense of the
some
book.
kind of like magic something.
I don't know.
You know.
But yep, these are true first prints of Be Careful What You Wish For, and they do have a tattoo on the inside.
Even if it was a basketball, because she plays basketball.
Yeah.
Even if it was a basketball tattoo, it would make more sense.
That would at least make some sense.
Like a basketball with like an evil face on it, you know, I'd be like, oh, that makes sense because she wanted to be the best basketball player on the team.
Yeah. So, yep, that's what we got.
Instead, maybe she got that scar.
Yeah.
That's how she got. Oh, that's how it connects. She got the scar from playing basketball.
Yeah. Then later became the Joker. You know how I got this scar?
This scar. So far we have Girl Cried Monster, Haunted Mask, and Be Careful What You Wish For. Those are the 3 books you can find first print, goodies on the inside. And next up, we had a bookmark, a mask, and a tattoo. How about a full-on calendar, as in the Werewolf of Fever Swamp? So the first printing of Fever Swamp has a little blurb, spooky 1994 calendar inside.
One of the best inserts in all the books because it's a full-on.
It is a great insert. It's a great looking calendar.
Yeah, so
I think it's like my favorite insert, to be honest.
So true first print, right there. You can see it's a true first print, and right in the middle, you have this white little blank piece. You pull it out, and there you go, a Goosebumps calendar.
Gorgeous.
I know. That's so good.
The box, yeah.
Halloween fell on a Monday.
There was another poster we'll get to later that I really, really liked too. It's hard to say if this was my favorite poster from a book insert, but I do love this one quite a bit.
It has to be because it's the werewolf.
I do remember you guys.
That's one of my favorite of Tim's arts too. So
I do believe I used to have like 4 different first prints with the calendar on the inside. Like for a while, I was just coming across these first print Werewolf of Fever Swamp.
Trading them.
Yep, and I think I sent one of each to you two. I think I sent both of you one. So
it's coming.
Yep,
it's coming in the mail.
So you guys we're all gonna have.
Hey, I've got yours going out Monday.
Monday.
Tuesday.
Monday.
Wednesday. Thursday, Friday,
Monday.
Now, up until this point, they've all these little first print inserts have been pretty close together. But after Werewolf of Fever Swamp, another insert book would not pop up for quite a while until we got to The Barking Ghost.
Like 16?
It's too long, man.
16 I don't think had anything.
No, I'm saying like 16 books later. Was that
what number
is
books. Yep, if we ended at
what number is it 32? Is that what number Barking Ghost is?
So from Werewolf of Fever Swamp to Barking Ghost, that was I believe 18 books later that we got.
Both feature a dog / werewolf.
That's a lot more than I thought, yeah.
Yeah, so 18 books later, we would finally get another Goosebumps book that advertised a cool free thing, and this time it was another free, terrifying tattoo. Now, unfortunately, I do not own a copy with the tattoo on the inside. The tattoo has been removed.
What does it look like?
It is actually the Goosebumps logo. It said,
at least that makes sense.
Told me I would have went and got the book. Yeah, I have one.
Oh, you do have one?
I have one with the tag.
I'm sure we'll get to see a picture of it in a little while. But yes, so the Barking Ghost came with a Goosebumps tattoo that did have the Goosebumps logo, so it was a much better tattoo. But also,
at least that was a Goosebump tattoo.
This is another thing that you're going to have to take into consideration when you are collecting the OG 62, and that's book fair editions. Oh, yes.
Call these side quests.
Side quest, yeah. Goosebumps OG 62 side quest. So, as if finding all original 62 and now, especially ones with first prints and inserts, wasn't enough, there was also another printing of these books called the Book Fair editions. They were only sold at the Scholastic Book Fair, and many of them had exclusive things that you could not find anywhere else. So, in addition to some of the things that we're going to be seeing a little later, the Book Fair editions would have a little something extra on top of that. So, you had like two different things in the Book Fair edition books. Now, again,
They were clever. Made you buy the book twice.
they were clever. And I have one of these Book Fair editions, and a way that you can find out. So, as you can see, this is a first edition copy. But the way that you can tell that's a Book Fair edition is right there. Another thing that's missing. What is it? Any
Blank face, baby.
blank face?
No barcode.
Taylor
Yeah,
Swift
hey,
part.
no.
There's a blank, blank
Barking.
space. That's Taylor Swift.
Barking ghost. Bark code.
Bark code.
Barcode is missing.
Yes, the bark code is missing. So usually you can identify a Scholastic Book Fair edition
The barking ghost.
with no barcode or a different looking barcode that we're going to be seeing later. But that is the way that you would know that this was only exclusive to the book fair. And the reason why I pulled this out too,
Does it have the price on the back too?
it does.
Can't remember.
Mommy,
It does have
no
the price on the
barcode.
front,
It must be free.
$3.50 US,
But not on the back.
not on the back.
The usually it'll say U.S. and Canada if you're in the U.S. Canada area. Australia was different though. Australia had obviously their Australian dollar.
So right here you can see the difference
We
between
did have
the
our
normal,
Australian dollar in the back
the
of it.
normal mainstream version and the book fair version. Now, the
Australian
reason I also
Dolomite.
bring this up, and unfortunately, before you ask, no, this book does not have it. I believe it was ripped out. The Book Fair edition had a special Get Goosebumps calendar, not a calendar, a poster,
Poster.
on the inside.
Poster. Yep.
Yep, it was
I
just
have
it was a poster that says Get Goosebumps. Oh, you do have it. Oh, you have it. Oh, you have it.
And I was gonna say I don't have that one, but I do believe that was also based off the postcard book too, right?
I believe so. It was something
I
like
don't remember
that. It
what
was
the poster
promoting
looked
something.
like.
But I
It's
can't
like
see.
comes out long.
I can't see where
Yeah,
it was
that's what she
supposed to be. You can see the rips.
$500 he goes.
So yeah, so you have a barking ghost that had a tattoo on the inside, and you had another barking ghost that had a full-on pull-out
Fair
poster.
edition wins this one because it was better. It
Yeah.
was better.
The poster
Had a
was
full
awesome.
on poster.
All right, Bjorn. Now
Poster's cool, but it's not part of the OG line. It's a side quest.
the side quest. Now we got to get to the next one, and that's Horror at Camp Jelly Jam.
Even though the thing inside has nothing to do with Horror Camp Jelly Jam.
Well, it's somewhat camp related. I have 2 copies of this first printing book, and as you can see,
you're right.
now we're at a free decal of doom.
That's the
Decal
bottom of it.
doom.
It's the Tales to Give You Goosebumps Book 2.
Yep, so if you
artwork.
pull it out, you can see. Oh, I gotta
Yeah.
maneuver this the right
Beautiful.
way. There we go. So it is.
Beautiful.
Yep. And actually, it says decal of doom, but this is actually an iron-on transfer.
I'll say, I'm pretty sure
T-shirt.
they were iron on.
Yep. So it's an iron-on design that you can iron onto a T-shirt, and it has instructions right
remember.
here.
Seeing a t-shirt on eBay that had that iron on, and it was like super rare Goosebumps shirt, and it was just like that decal that had been ironed on, and the guy was trying to sell it for like $200, and I'm like, dude, that's the decal. for
Buddy,
the
I
set.
got it right here. I can make my own
dude.
rare
Hey,
Goosebumps
if it
shirt.
sells, we need to buy every copy of Horror Camp Jelly Jam with that. Take those out and make shirts
Oh,
and
God.
sell them for
Sell
that
them at the
price.
event. We'll sell them.
I feel like we'd probably make people mad
Man.
by ripping those out and putting them on shirts.
Yeah,
They'll
but we'll make
never
some
know.
money. $200 a pop.
Yeah, I'll say if it
Something like
sells
that.
$200 a pop,
Yep. So I got 2 copies of that one.
I do as well, but I brought out one. I just wish the decal was just that.
Of
That.
Buddy, that'd be awesome. I would have preferred that.
Like
We need to get the Tim Jacobus photo of him doing that. Put on shirts and
that
wear
should have
that.
been the decal.
That
Tim's
should have
on
been
the
the
pose. Yes.
I have a
Imagine us
retraction to
wearing
make.
those shirts to the roast of Tim Jacobus. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, definitely. I actually have a retraction to make. I said that there was nothing in between Werewolf of Your Swamp and Barking Ghost. I lie. Actually, there was.
Yep.
It was Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. The reason I forgot about it is because this is the only copy that with the insert I have, and it's actually part of my main shelf, so I have to be very careful with this one. But it's very similar to Girl Cried Monster. This is the first printing of this book, and it has a free bookmark on the inside. And
It's pretty clean.
it is very clean. Look at this book. It is the most pristine copy of Scarecrow Walks at Midnight that I could possibly ask for.
You could sell it for $200.
Yep. And actually, even the book itself,
This
like,
Goosebumps market, that might be. I don't know.
even the book itself is like in that state where it's very hard to like open because it just hasn't been opened. So, but
Read.
as you can
It's
see,
the same bookmark.
well,
It is the same bookmark.
it's the same
Almost.
design, but it does advertise both Go Eat Worms and Ghost Beach, both coming to a local bookstore near you every month, and an updated Goosebumps checklist.
But it's the same bookmark. Same bookmark.
It is the same bookmark. It's basically the same bookmark as
design.
Girl Cry Monster. But
But I do like the design.
got
I do like it. I always like the
good.
stay out of the basement hand.
Yep. So that was for Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. So that came in between Werewolf of Fever Swamp and Barking Ghost. So it was only 12 books that we went without an insert.
We're just gonna edit, cut it
Yeah, you'll never know.
like you
I'm not
do
gonna
the whole
that.
time.
I'm not going to do that, but we could and you would never know. Next up,
Keeping it real, though.
we got
Keeping it real.
Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes.
Keep it real.
I have 3 copies of this one. One of them is actually
insert.
extremely pristine. And this book has a free glow-in-the-dark sticker on the inside. Free glow-in-the-dark sticker.
I'm starting to think I don't have that one either. For some
Well,
reason. I don't know why.
this has...
It's oddly a Ghost Beach light switch cover sticker.
I don't think
Yeah.
I have that. For some
Well,
reason.
Bjorn,
Really?
I got 3 copies.
Okay.
3 copies.
Put aside the beat up haunted mask with the mask and that one. Put those to a side, like the ones you're comfortable with, and we'll do a trade. We'll do a
Guys,
trade.
you're witnessing
I'll get some
a
UK books out.
real
I'll
transaction.
add to your UK collection because I have some more. I'm pretty sure I have Monster Blood and a few others that you don't have yet in UK, like doubles.
I would love to have those. But yes, so this Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes book has a Ghost Beach light switch glow-in-the-dark sticker. So you put that over your light switch, and it glows in the dark.
I'll take
It
that.
actually looks pretty cool glowing in the dark too.
It is really cool. That in the
I don't know
glow-in-the-dark window.
if you ever looked at it glow in the dark, but it looks cool.
I've seen
I did
pictures
that
of
with mine
it.
the first day I got it.
That and the glow-in-the-dark window decal from the Welcome to Dead House VHS tape. They're both really cool,
yeah.
glowing in the dark. Love those
I
two.
love that.
But yeah, I was able to find
Love
3
me some
copies
videos.
of this book.
Oh,
this
you're
one-
gonna have 2 soon.
Yeah, only
You're
2
gonna
because I'm
have
giving it to
2
you.
copies.
But actually, this one I found in a very little known bookstore where I live, and they charged like $8 for it. But it's a really good copy, and of course, it does have the
Worth
sticker
it.
on the inside, so I had to get it.
It's worth it.
It is worth it. All right,
That's actually a really good price for that.
It is a really good price for that, because honestly, if it was on eBay, it probably would have gone for $100. Something.
Well,
like
that might be a stretch even for Goosebumps right now, but that one specifically, I think I ended up paying like 15, $20 for with the insert. Can't remember.
Oh, with the insert?
Yeah.
Maybe that one's more common than I thought.
We'll do a good trade, Isaiah. It's all good. Don't worry. It'll be a decent trade.
Well,
Well,
next
you
up-
got to figure this was a while back too. So with Goosebumps prices continuing just to inflate for whatever reason,
Mhm.
it'd be closer to $30 now. Who knows? I don't know.
Well, now we're moving on to the later half of the original series. And with our next book, Night of the Living Dummy 3, we have the tradition starting up of Goosebumps trading cards inside. So now instead of tattoos and, bookmark, well, still bookmarks, decals, iron-ons, stickers and whatnot. Now we have consistently trading cards in every other book. So starting with book number 40, every other book had trading cards and a new Goosebumps bookmark on the inside. So this whole thing started with Night of the Living Dummy 3. So if you open it up, and I think I have to be careful because some of these, while they're still in there, they might be ready to come out, if you know what I mean. But as you can see there, we have ourselves a I Heart Goosebumps Curly Reading is a Scream bookmark. We have trading cards for both Night of the Living Dummy 3 and Bad Hair Day, which this is a first printing. So at the time, this may have been the first time you ever get to see the next book's cover. It's very possible. Sure. And just a little Goosebumps, it's something to fill out the space.
So Bad Hair Day
you can still
was
use
next,
it for
right?
something, I guess, but it's just a little Goosebumps cardboard piece.
So if Bad Hair Day was next, that means kids were like, "Mommy, what's this one? I don't know it."
So as an example,
well, maybe, but I feel like you would see those also for sale / pre-order when they showed the next book. Maybe I don't know. Did they ever show in the back? I'm drawing a blank in the back of the book, the next book, because I know they used to do something like a couple chapters you could read potentially, but
you could read the chapters, but they would never. They only did that for Series 2000. They never showed any OG 62 cover art to tease the next book. So, like I said, I think
you may or may not have seen it though, at Scholastic's book fairs, flyer or something. It's possible you could have seen it, I guess.
I saw Mrs. Doubtfire. Marge, this is a man in drag.
Well, and just for an example, now this one is already loose. I found this actually. This was actually in a book randomly at one point. I picked up just a Goosebumps book from a thrift store, and it had this as a bookmark on the inside. They were using it as a bookmark. So I got a free Night of the Living Dummy 3 trading card out of it. But just as an example of these cards, so of course you have the cover art on the front. If you turn it around, though, there's some little information. So you have the cast of the story. Trina Odell, Dan Odell, Zane, and Smiley. They called Slappy Smiley because that's what he goes for most of the book. You have the setting.
Not in the episode.
You have Say What? Says Don't Touch Me, Slaves. And the real deal. So this was usually R.L. Stein's inspiration for this particular book. So it says, how did I get the idea for this book? It's my life story. Few people realize that I am a ventriloquist dummy. Even my family hasn't guessed. My only question, who was working my mouth? R.L. Stein.
Huh.
And then, just
that's the ending to the episode.
And then as another example, when it came to these bookmarks, they had
of a scary night.
They have the design on the front says I Heart Goosebumps, little design, in this case Slappy instead of Curly. Reading is a Scream. And on the back, it has Getting Ready to Read a Goosebumps Book by Curly. It says refill Cuddles water dish with more monster blood. Make sure nothing is hiding beneath the kitchen sink. Put on your haunted mask. Go eat a bowl of worms, a tasty late night snack. Rub on some Instatan. Reset your cuckoo clock of doom. Check your closet for Slappy and any other dummies. Listen for the barking ghost. Kiss your mummy goodnight. And now you're ready to get goosebumps. Try not to scream so loud. So
don't wake mummy.
Don't wake mummy. I gotta tell you, I have many of these trading cards and bookmarks loose. So here is the Slappy one loose. But
that's not Slappy.
Or the one from Night of the Living Dummy 3. And I gotta be honest, I did use these as bookmarks. I never used any other bookmark for my Goosebumps books, but the I Heart Goosebumps ones. And I still use them. I brought some Goosebumps books on vacation with me a few months ago, and I had my little I Heart Goosebumps bookmark with me.
I never saw them as a kid, but those bookmarks of the characters, like Slappy, Cuddles, and there was
Prince
one more.
Cora.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Prince
right.
Cora,
Yeah,
the
those
skateboard.
Mummy.
Yep.
So I always thought those looked really cool, but I never saw those as a kid. So how to use the
They were
bookmarks
the
I would buy from the Scholastic
Antoy?
Book Fair.
Oh, Antoy? What's the company called? Pretty sure it released those.
Amtoy, maybe?
I have some products some of the products from that brand are really rare though. The bookmarks not really. I see them. I have more.
Yeah, the bookmarks I see quite a bit online.
It's more like the little journals and little like diary. Some of those are hard to find. Certain ones are hard to find.
But so the first book that these trading cards and bookmarks appeared in was Night of the Living Dummy 3.
I definitely have that one. Don't you worry.
And then the next one, as I
That'd be
said,
weird.
every other book, they brought them back. So in Egg Monsters from Mars, once again, Goosebumps trading cards on the inside.
Trading cards inside.
So we got another bookmark.
Beast from the East got a trading card.
Beast from the East got a trading card.
Got some love for Beast from the East.
I think I might have that one loose. Yep.
Beast from the East had some merch. There was a poster, T-shirt, and there's a mini, and there's a minifigure of Beast from the East. There is a figurine in it.
I do
Egg
have
Monsters got some love too.
the loose trading card for Beast from the East, and I do think I
Yeah.
have another one for Egg Monsters. It might be in my whole pile of things.
Let's get me so hot.
But yep, so Egg Monsters from Mars. And then we had one for Say Cheese and Die Again. None of my copies have the trading cards still intact, but I do have.
Come on, guys. It's not even real. It's just fake.
So yeah, Say Cheese and Die Again was the next one. I do have the loose book.
Terrible book, but awesome inserts. And I do like the cover art of Say Cheese and Die Again.
There's the trading card for Say Cheese and Die Again, and then they would have one for.
Great
Ghost
cover,
Speed.
great inserts, terrible book.
Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. Ghost Camp. So that was the other one that they had for that.
I love Ghost Camp so much.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty. That's very pretty.
Next
And
up,
yours are still loose. They've all fallen out.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Sometimes if you do come across these books with inserts inside, still be careful with them because some of them may be ready to fall out. In fact, actually, I remember one time the next book that has trading cards is How to Kill Monster, and I currently have trace of those books.
You have 3 of them with the inserts.
3 of them with the inserts. And I did send one to Nick, and I remember I felt so bad because the one I sent at the time, I opened it up, and the cards, not the bookmark, but the cards plopped right out. They just came off from too much bending. So
Too much
sorry.
bending.
But I do have 3 copies.
Yeah, stuff falls off with too much bending.
Yes, so please be careful with them. Some of them are not as sturdy. Minus the joke he just told. But yep, so there we go. We got our How to Kill Monster and Legend of the Lost Legend cards.
I love that curly design sitting in the chair. So iconic.
It is iconic. I love it.
I will say the Legend of the Lost Legend, terrible book. I like the cover, but a terrible book. It got a trading card, and then it actually got an insert as well through the book fair edition, which I thought was really odd. Because I remember that book not. I think I read that book didn't sell as well as some others, but I could be wrong.
And
So I was
actually,
surprised to hear that it had a.
no, and this is the next book fair edition book that has an insert. So this book normally did not have anything in it. It was an odd number, so it didn't have trading cards. But again, there was a book fair edition because of the ISBN. You can tell first edition
What's
printing.
inside?
First edition printing, and this introduces us to the lenticular stickers. Lenticular stickers.
That's
For whatever reason, they're upside down on
Amazing
this
to have
one.
upside down.
Yeah.
No, that's funny because like when I'm doing my collecting for my OG62, and funny enough, like when I go on eBay and I do look for first prints, when I was on the Legend of the Lost Legend, a lot of the ones that had the stickers inside, they're upside down. Like
It's so weird.
I don't know why. There's like a massive run apparently of just upside down stickers.
Yeah.
Scholastic was already like, yeah, Goosebumps is a dying art in their minds.
Now they're just like, we got to keep pumping these out. We don't care. Kids are going to just take them off and use them anyway.
Ooh, Craig White just messaged me live on the podcast. He's finished with my sketch. Guys, how exciting is this?
You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it
I don't
here.
even know if
I had to say it. He's done my sketch, and apparently it's awesome. So
I haven't even come up with mine yet. I need to message him about that.
Oh, my design is like, I was telling Nick, like, think of my two favorite things, like my favorite book, my favorite villain monster. I've mashed them up, but I tried to think of a really funny scenario, and I think I nailed it on the head. So, yeah. And then I said, if you can throw some other Goosebump monsters in there, they fit in the design, throw them in. Yeah, I got something cool. I can't wait for you guys to see. I want to see it, but I have to wait for it. He probably doesn't want us to know what it looks like until we get it. So
I'm excited to see it.
All right.
Moving on to the next book with trading cards, and the next one with
that's like the one I see the most.
Next one with a bookmark. Yeah, this one I find with the cards in all the time. This of any book, this one and How to Kill a Monster I can find with the cards usually. So starting off, we have the normal version, which just has the cards on the inside. And as you can see, well, you know how I just said be careful with them? It just fell out.
Way to go.
Live, you saw it here live. This fucking happened.
Lots of things happening live tonight.
Well, you're not watching this live, but
yeah,
it's live.
Live here recording. Okay.
Live.
Being careful with, you can, I have to be super careful. You can see, like, I don't know if you can see, but the crease is like super thin. Like literally any pressure on it is going to make them break.
I don't know if you can see.
I think that was always my favorite curly artwork of Tim's. I always liked him feeding the little skeleton fish. I don't know why, but like that was always such a nostalgic image to me. Because it was on like the cover of one of the calendars as well, the little boxed scare calendars. I always found that so iconic, like him feeding the fish. I just thought that was so cool.
Yep. So we got that one, that bookmark, and then it had the trading cards for we have Vampire Breath, and then I'm trying to see if I have Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns. So Vampire Breath and Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns.
Can you imagine if one of the cards wasn't even what was on the cover of the book? Like, come on.
Yeah, you just get one for like I don't know why I'm afraid of bees.
Scar tattoo.
So next
Or you get just a card with a scar. Yeah.
Now I do have three books with the inserts inside, but this is one of those book fair editions, and this is a rare case where it has not only the trading cards and bookmark, but the lenticular stickers on the inside. So
both. It's double whammy.
There's the cards and the bookmark.
Great.
And hold on. There's the lenticular stickers.
Well, I don't have that one because I don't have the stickers in it. I don't have that with the stickers in it, but I've got the other one with just the cards.
So it's a double whammy.
We get no Scholastic Book Fair edition here.
Yeah, you get the Scholastic Book Fair edition. You get both of them, which is awesome.
That's why I had to
You would if there was Cuddles on it.
Our good friend Nostalgic Goosebumps. That's why I had to he got me a copy of one of the books that had a Slappy sticker in it, but we'll save that for when you get to it. Is that next? No, it's not next.
Well, we got Vampire Breath next. So both of my copies are actually the Book Fair edition, but as I said, you know, it is an odd number. It is an odd number, so these ones don't have trading cards, but they do have the lenticular stickers on the inside. So we got a Vampire Breath, and we got Cowboy Curly. Cowboy Curly. That almost sounds like a TV show from like the 50s. Cowboy Curly.
Well, Woody's Roundup.
Yeah, or Woody's
I was thinking that too.
You were thinking that too. See, we all think alike.
I was thinking that too. Woody's Roundup.
Next up, we got Calling All Creeps. So it was the next one to have trading cards on the inside. I have one regular. I have one regular and one book fair edition. So first up.
See, I don't have these book fair editions of all these because I don't we didn't get them. But how am I supposed to find something that wasn't released here?
So there's the bookmark and the two trading cards.
I know.
And
Your collection wasn't made there.
All I have is the one with the slappy sticker because obviously I had to have the one with the slappy sticker in it.
There's
God.
lenticular stickers.
Now I need the one with the slappy bookmark that I'm missing. I need the coming up soon.
The postcard book cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm almost certain.
Someone find me.
We'll have to take another look in a little bit, but I'm almost certain Beware the Snowman had something. But we'll have to.
I think they had stickers.
Wasn't there a book fair edition of that? Pretty sure I have.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I don't think I have that one. Edition. Regardless, the next book I have is How I Learned to Fly, and this one also has lenticular stickers on the inside.
Apparently, I need like 10 books now, with stickers in them.
This copy I only have the stickers in, but I
need all the book fair editions. Apparently, God damn
your side quest awaits.
How I Learned to Fly.
That is my side quest now. Finding all insert. I'm missing 2 with the cards. I'm missing the lawn gnomes and what was the other one? God damn it.
The Haunted Mask. Haunted Mask, yep.
And the one that's still coming out with the slap. I need 3 with cards, and then I'm missing all these sticker ones.
Well, you got some work to do, Bjorn. Like I said.
I got some homework.
Damn episode's costing me money.
So,
it's so expensive.
My copy of How I Learned to Fly only has the stickers. The cards were taken out, but this slappy bookmark was a part of it. And I don't know if I have the cards that came with it. But you know that it would have How I Learned to Fly and it would have Chicken. So you would have a Chicken
cards. Because that was the next book.
Yep.
I have that one because it got the stickers.
Well, let's bring it out. Chicken.
That's the only one I own with That's the only one I own with stickers.
With stickers, yep.
The only one I have.
Chicken.
That's the only one that you should own with stickers because it's Chicken. And Slappy in the same one.
In the same book.
I know. It's the same
book. Bro.
I don't need the others. Well, as long as I can get the Don't Go to Sleep one with as Isaiah's holding up.
Don't Go to Sleep, yeah.
I just need that book with the inserts because there's a Slappy bookmark, so obviously I need that.
There's a Original Living Dummy 1 bookmark with Don't Go to Sleep.
And it's because it's an Original Living Dummy 1.
And the Blob They Did Everyone.
Well,
this was actually the first book I found with the trading cards inside. The first book I ever found with trading cards inside was Don't Go to Sleep.
And it'll be the next one you find to trade me for something.
And the loose slappy bookmark I have was from that original book.
Can I at least have that loose bookmark for now?
Honestly, I'll send it to you.
Can I have it? Can I have it for now?
I got it in a book, so you can have it, and I don't care.
I'll take it.
Next up, we got.
It still costs like $20 to post to Australia.
Next up, we got Curse of Camp Cold Lake. And this one, I gotta be careful.
Have this one with the inserts. This is another one I have found a couple times with inserts.
Yeah, this one I've only found once with the inserts, I think. No, I found it. No, I only found it once.
I'm sure I own 2 of that one. With the inserts.
All right, next up we got The Haunted School. Now, this one doesn't have trading cards or lenticular stickers, but I wanted to point it out because it does have the Tear Out Collectors Club ad. So it's the only one that has something
different.
It is something different, so figured I might as well point that one out. And I guess spoiler alert for I Live in Your Basement, because it has the same thing. The little Collectors Club Tear Out ad on the inside.
Yeah.
So we got that. All right, next up is Werewolf Skin. You guys remember the Haunted Mask had a Tear Out Halloween mask? This one does also a terrifying werewolf mask on the inside.
Terrifying werewolf.
And there it is.
I still think Chicken should have had a Tear Out mask.
It's
agree.
it's just the face. So, and I do have a book fair edition. This one actually says this Scholastic edition is only available for distribution through the school market, aka
Let me
the
get
Scholastic
stickers.
Book.
Another one I need to add to my list.
So this one has
Yeah.
both the mask and the little
Oh, so that's why I need it,
Sweet.
because it has the insert and.
and the mask on the inside.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
well, I technically
and
need
if
it
you want
then.
to see, I do have a loose one right here. If you want to just get a better look at that, the Goosebumps Halloween mask.
Yes,
Halloween
Halloween mask.
Halloween.
I will say I do like that they like actually made it into a mask, whereas
How did it
unlike
come
in
out
Haunted
in the
Mask, they
last
just
one?
took, the cover art. You know what I
It
mean?
looks like it'd be cut out.
Yeah. Alrighty, and last but not least, we actually have a Series 2000 book. That's right.
Yeah.
Series 2000 book,
That's
the
right.
only one, as far as I know, that has a little insert on the inside. And it's
Yeah.
another
Which is
iron-on design. It's another iron-on
The
t-shirt.
UK of Bride of the Living Dummy had an insert in the UK
Cry the
one.
Cat.
Did it?
The UK Bride of the Living Dummy had, funny enough, it's the ad one, the one that had like just that ad in the center of the book. I'm pretty sure it was that exact same ad, but it was in like the center of the UK one. Oh, but it would have had like UK store release something. But some of the UK ones had inserts.
Oh, and
Interesting.
I don't know.
one more thing I forgot to admit, I forgot to say, Monster Blood 4 also has trading cards on the inside, the last book of the original series.
I got that.
I don't, I'm sure you do.
And it's got Cry the Cat trading card.
Oh,
It has-
and Deep Trouble 2. It skips my mind because I don't have those books. But yes, Deep Trouble 2 also had it, and actually, I have this one, and I found it with the casing around it. Again, it was being used as a bookmark in another book, and it fell out, and it's a Haunted School trading card from Deep Trouble 2.
If only the kids knew back then not to rip them out.
And then I do also have
Yeah, they're meant to be ripped out, but
They were
the
intended to be
bookmark.
ripped out and collected.
I do have the bookmark
Yeah.
from Monster Blood 4. So that was that. And then it had Monster Blood 4 trading card and a Cry the Cat trading card. So that one's pretty cool. So that is our physical run through of these tear outs. But just to kind of go through it one more time so you guys get a conclusive idea of which books have what, let's turn over to our good buddies over at the Goosebumps Wiki. Alrighty, so here we are at the Goosebumps Wiki. Now, just to go over it once again, the Wiki, of course, is the knowledge area for Goosebumps and, just everything. So just to give you guys a compulsive list of where you can find all these different inserts and what you can find. Going through it again, we got Girl Who Cried Monster with the bookmark. We got Haunted Mask with the cardboard mask. Be Careful What You Wish For has the tattoo. Werewolf of Fever Swamp has the 1994 calendar. Scarecrow Walks at Midnight has that bookmark. The Barking Ghost has the terrifying tattoo in the normal version and the 1995 summer poster in the Book Fair edition. You can see there's two different ISBNs for both those different versions. The Horror Camp Jelly Jam has the iron-on decal of Doom. Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes has the light switch cover sticker. Living Dummy 3, Egg Monsters from Mars, Say Cheese and Die Again, How to Kill a Monster, all have trading cards for books, that book and then the one afterwards. Legend of the Lost Legend has the holographic stickers. Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns has holographic stickers and trading cards. Vampire Breath, holographic stickers. Same thing for Calling Our Creeps, plus the trading cards. Beware the Snowman does have holographic stickers in it, so there is a Book Fair edition of Beware the Snowman that does have holographic stickers on the inside. How Are We Going to Fly? Stickers and trading cards. Chicken Chicken, just stickers, the Book Fair edition. And then trading cards for Don't Go to Sleep, Curse of Camp Cold Lake, Deep Trouble 2, Werewolf, Deep Trouble 2 all have trading cards. Werewolf Skin has the Halloween mask. and Halloween mask. Monster Blood 4 has trading cards for Book 62 and Cry the Cat. And Cry the Cat is the only non-OG 62 in the list to have an insert, and that is the iron-on decal. Now, we're actually also fortunate to have HD viewings of these cards. So as we can see, we have Night of the Living Dummy 3. We have Bad Hair Day. Egg Monsters from Mars. Beasts from the East. Say Cheese and Die Again. And Ghost Camp. How to Kill a Monster. And A Legend of the Lost Legend. Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns. Vampire Breath. Calling All Creeps. Beware the Snowman. How I Learned to Fly. And Chicken Chicken. There it is. Let's actually see. I want to see what R.L. Stine said here. Oh, no. Okay, so he says, say what? Blood, I can't stop the clucking. And R.L. Stine says, this book started from something that happened in my family. My brother started thinking he was a chicken. We probably should have taken him to a doctor, but we needed the eggs. R.L. Stine.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Crystal, our narrator, a pretty cool chick, but she's got real foul manners. I love that. All right, next we got Don't Go to Sleep and Blob the 8 Everyone. Curse of Camp Cold Lake and My Best Friend's Invisible. Deep Trouble 2 and Haunted School. And then we have Monster Blood 4 and Cry the Cat. So this one was actually different.
But it's literally
Guide your closet.
It's not under your bed. It's coming for you.
It's coming for you.
Cry the Cat got a trading card, literally.
Sure did. And moving on from the trading cards, we have bookmarks. So source books 8 and 20, so that's Girl Cried Monster and Scarecrow Walks at Midnight, have a bookmark for Stay Out of the Basement. And basically the images that come from the bookmarks in the later books. Number 40 had an image from Monster Blood 1. 42 had a promotional image, same as number 50, which was a promotional image. Same thing for 44. 46 had the 1995 wall calendar cover. 48 had the 1997 Scare-A-Day calendar cover. 52 with Slappy, that was Monster Edition 2. And same thing with 54, that was Night of the Living Dummy. Monster Edition 1 for 56, Fright Light Edition for 58, and Monster Edition 3 for 62. So, of course, we can get some HD images here of those bookmarks. Give it 1 second. There we go.
Used Monster Edition 1 twice as well. They got a little lazy.
Yeah, so here we got HD versions of those bookmarks. So this was the one in Girl Cried Monster, advertising Welcome to Camp Nightmare. And then this was the one for Scarecrow Walks at Midnight, for Go Eat Worms, and Ghost Beach. And then here we have the different ones, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 54, it skipped 52, 56, and 62. So there's a few missing from here. Next up, we got stickers. We got...
Yeah, stickers.
Again, these are the lenticular stickers found in the Book Fair editions only for Legend of the Lost Legend, Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns, Vampire Breath, Calling All Creeps, How I Learned to Fly, Chicken Chicken, and that's it. So they were only around for a few books. And then we got some of the
So I only need 5, really. I only need 5 out of 6.
Out of 6, yeah. That's an easy task, right? All right, and here we have some of the others. We got the cutout haunted mask from book 11. We have the, of course, that amazing...
Of the worst. Of the worst of the worst.
Be careful what you wish for tattoo right
It would
there.
not have even been like the scar with a little goosebump G, like, with it. Like, come on.
That would have been cool, honestly, if it was a G-shaped
Just add
scar.
the G there.
We got the 1994 calendar from Werewolf of Fever Swamp.
Beautiful.
Here we go. So this is that's the tattoo that you would have found in the Barking Ghost. So
At least that's a Goosebumps logo.
Yep. So it's pretty Goosebumps there, unlike the other one. There's the decal for Horror Camp Jelly Jam, the sticker from Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. Oh, there we go. So
That's it.
The Calling All Creeps bookmark with so this is just showing what it all looks like together. And then we have the werewolf skin Halloween mask. And we have the Cry of the Cat iron-on decal.
And then someone would sell it and say, super rare Series 2000 Cry of the Cat shirt.
Yeah, definitely. They would definitely do something like that.
Vintage.
And then we can see here the high definition versions of these covers. So just to get an idea of what covers to look out for Girl Who Cried Monster, there's that little blurb, free Goosebumps bookmark inside. The Haunted Mask, that's the re-release version with the Haunted Mask inside. Careful What You Wish For the tattoo. Werewolf of Fever Swamp for the calendar. Scarecrow Walks at Midnight for that bookmark. Barking Ghost for the tattoo. Camp Jelly Jam for the decal. Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes for the glow-in-the-dark sticker. And then Living Dummy 3. Egg Monsters. Say Cheese and Die Again. How to Kill a Monster. Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns. Calling All Creeps. Calling All Creeps again. How I Learned to Fly. How I Learned to Fly again. Werewolf skin. So all those past ones for the trading cards, werewolf skin for the mask on the inside. And I actually don't think that Monster Board 4 advertises for trading cards. You just have to look out for that first printing. And then Cry the Cat says chilling iron-on decal inside on the back. So you can see chilling iron-on decal inside.
Beautiful. And
then, just to give you guys one last indicator of how to tell the difference between the book fair editions and the regular versions, just the difference between not having a regular ISBN and the price, as you said, Nick, before. The price on the bottom of the right version, that's the regular version. The book fair didn't have that. So this is for all the ones that have the lenticular stickers on the inside. They have that difference. So that
I've never seen that one before.
Which one? The chicken?
The one after it.
Oh, that's just that's just an image for the Wiki's TV episode.
I've never seen that insert before.
It's not an insert.
Whoa. It's got Haunted Mask and Slappy. And I think ones.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? What if they did an insert for one of the books that used like the TV show like designs of like the monsters? That would have been cool. The TV book should have done that.
No, it would have been cool. If the TV
should have had inserts in some of them.
The TV show didn't get a lot of merch. I mean, it had very little merch.
T-shirts. It had mainly T-shirts. The TV show.
It was just the books and the T-shirts. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I know about that I can think of anyway.
And they did try to make the Haunted mask from the old designs look like the one from the show.
A little bit, yeah.
The design of the
they
show.
Tried.
They tried, yeah. That's the only thing I could think of that's like not shirts and books.
Yeah. Anywho, but that is pretty much it for inserts in the original series of Goosebumps books. None of the other series besides one Series 2000 did any sort of inserts. The only one I can think of is the special edition not Horrorland, Welcome to Dead House Classic Goosebumps. There was a special edition version that came with a limited edition Horrorland poster. I have the book, but I don't have the poster, and I don't think there is an available photo of it. So hopefully we can find a photo. We'll share it around. But that's the only modern Goosebumps book to have some sort of insert. All these inserts is another byproduct of the 90s era of Goosebumps. But if you ever come across any of these books in the wild and you find them with little trading cards or masks or stickers on the inside, do yourself a favor and pick them up, because those are some valuable books right there.
They are.
Yep. So hopefully we were able to give you...
It's only going to go up.
It's only going to go up, yeah. So get them if you can find them at a half-price books for $2. You know, you might want to get them now.
Get them while they're still hot.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing we talk about on here on occasion, is how scarce Goosebumps stuff is becoming. And when you do see it, it's online and it's super high priced anymore. You might get a good deal. But yeah, even common stuff like books are climbing their way up now. So it may dip in the future. You never know. But I feel like the older these get and more far away from their original release in the 90s, especially true first prints, they're just going to go up.
Yep. Just like everything in the Goosebumps world, it's becoming more and more expensive. So if you ever find any of these books with those little trinkets, pick yourself one up, because that's a genuine, valuable book right there. And hopefully we were able to give you guys at home sort of a comprehensive guide on what books to look out for and what exactly you can be looking for. This was also an opportunity for us to just show off what we had. Look at all these cool books that we have.
Yeah.
But hopefully...
I don't do that. I'm not vain like these guys.
Oh, you
Actually,
are. You're just not in vain in
Pull my
public.
stuff off the shelf.
Yeah.
I'm just more lazy than these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't want to pull my books off the shelf.
Otherwise, you'd be doing that just like we are. But
I'll just tell you, I had that.
Hopefully, you guys at home have just as much luck as we do in finding these. You know, scour your half-price books and your thrift stores as much as you can, because you never know, you might come across some of these, rare Goosebumps items. And, again, the value is way more than a regular Goosebumps book. So keep your eyes out. That's another thing to look out for.
It's those that are
with
pulling out
collecting.
of the books. Freaking idiots.
And let us know if you guys have found any of these in the wild, or what ones have you found in your time as collectors. And if you want to see us do more sort of guides on finding Goosebumps on Goosebumps items or certain things in the book series, let us know in the comments below if you want to see more of that from us. You can also let us know in the comments below if you want them to stop doing Napoleon Dynamite.
I just watched it, so
yeah. So
when he draws the pic, I don't know. The thing that gets me in that movie every time is when he goes to draw the picture and then she opens it and it's just the worst thing.
Drew Liger.
It was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to draw.
Jeez. But yeah, let us know in the comments below if you want us to do more guides to Goosebumps collecting, because we're huge collectors and we have the expertise to give you guys, and we'd love to do more episodes talking about it. So let us know down below if you want to see more of that from us. But for now, that is going to be it for tonight's.
Maybe we can do an episode highlighting some of you artists out there who make Goosebumps stuff, not like tots or anything, but actual Goosebumps fans making Goosebumps items for Goosebumps fans. Because there's a lot of really cool ones out there. That's these two right here, the Harley Beth head sculpt and the Haunted Mask, are two made by just fans. So, and they're easily some of the greatest items I own. So I know there's a lot of talented people out there.
Yep. We can definitely do some spotlights on
Autumn's name out there for some cool stuff that she's made for us and some other people in the community. So I think we should do that here pretty soon.
I think so too. We'll definitely have
a highlight to some of these people you may not know about.
Give some due time to some people in the Goosebumps community who make some fan art. So we'll definitely do that in the future. But yeah, let us know down below if you want to see more of that. But for now, that is going to do it for tonight's episode of the Goosebumps Crew Podcast. As always, make sure you follow Bjorn and Nick at Goosebumps Aussie Fan and Sean, respectively. If you liked tonight's episode, make sure you leave a like and comment. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on our audio platforms and our social medias. All those links are down below, as always. We'll have another episode for you next week. But until then, this has been the Goosebumps Crew Podcast. And until next time, as always, we want to want to wish you all to take care, stay safe, and have a very scary day.